So how do I deal with having a stalker ex-boyfriend? I don't. Typically, the way I cope with this is, if I know the email address that he's using, I've created a filter in my inbox that email just goes straight to a dedicated folder for him. I don't need to see it. Sometimes I will check it if I'm feeling strong enough in my brain. Very often I will then see in that inbox that I've hidden that there's 25, 30 emails from him during that time period since I last checked it, which can be days, weeks, or months. Now, what this sneaky little shit does is that he will create a new email address. This new email will pop into my inbox because I won't have a filter yet on that new email address. Quite shaken when I see these new email addresses, but I tend to not even read them. I will just put it straight in the folder, create that filter for this new email address, etc. I try to make things quite mechanical in that way because I'm quite good at that. I'm quite good at being like mechanical and methodical and not dealing with emotional shit. That's not flex, Laura. Sometimes I read them because my biggest fear is that I'm going to read an email and he's going to say, fun fact, I'm in the same state as you. And that happened once. He said he was on his way to where I am. Holy shit. As far as I know, he's not here. He's told me he's in other states, which is great. And like I talked about previously, the reason I don't block the emails, there is a part of me that is so fearful that I will need his emails as evidence should anything more scary or frightening take place. My family, it's been going on so long that they just roll their eyes at him. My better half at one point would be like, just block the emails. But we kind of came to the conclusion, like I just spoke about with you. And like I said, I sometimes think it's better to know rather than not know what he's saying. 9 times out of 10, 7 times out of 10, find some level of comedic value in what he's saying because it's been so long, because he's saying the same stuff every day. He thinks he's been drafted into the NFL. Those kinds of things I can laugh about. But when he says, I'm in California, I've just seen you, I'm watching your stories, oh, you're funnier on social media than I realized when we were together, that sort of thing I find disarming because it's out of my control. And I know I post online, but it feels like that's him trying to gain back control. My only way of gaining back my own control is by A, never messaging him back, which I haven't done for 13 years, and B, by just continuing on with my life and what I do. So if you have ever dealt with this, or if you have any advice, please share it. I don't feel like many of us are equipped to deal with this sort of thing. I don't know how to deal with this. I, to a degree, just find myself waiting to see when the next email will be. And that's not a nice feeling.